Welcome back, Shoots. Let's Tab 59. Where am I today? Well, I'm up in Yorkshire in Hull. Just come up to see Hull4Heroes, which is a fantastic charity. And in this video, I'm going to talk and meet a few of the people at, we're currently up at the rugby club where they have every Wednesday, they have like a drop-in centre, coffee, raffle, etc. Meet a lot of veterans. Between 50 and 70 veterans come here on a Wednesday. And then a bit later on, me and a Trace around are going to go down into Hull to the actual main office, which is open 5 days a week, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So, as you can see, I've got the Trace around there assisting me today.
Hi guys.
And as you can see, the van behind me, let's just spin you around for a moment. So this is one of their vans. In fact, if I come in there, you can see their website. And you can see on that second website there, I'm coming a bit closer, veteransvillage.co.uk. You can find them on Facebook, on X, etc. Have a look at that and see what it's all about, but I will explain to it more about it as I go along. Fantastic, got all the van, everything. Right then, so that's for now. Let's move on and have a little bit more of a look around what Hull4Heroes do. Look at that for a scooter. Hull4Heroes, all done up with the emblem Hull4Heroes with a poppy on the front. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring you around and chat to this gentleman here who owns that scooter, Mark. Mark's a veteran from the, what was it, Mark, again? It was the
Prince of Wales Own.
Prince of Wales Own. Proper Yorkshire regiment.
Yorkshire regiment.
So Mark, you come up here,
I come up here
every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
It's a good turnout.
It is, it's brilliant here.
You get a good turnout.
Yeah, you get a massive turnout here, and the lads and the women, they're absolutely brilliant.
They look after you.
Yeah, everybody gets on with everybody.
Raffle every week.
Raffle every week.
So is this like really important to you, this, and a lot of the other veterans?
It is an important place for, for
meeting up.
to meet up.
And a bit of banter with the other veterans.
Yeah, a bit of banter.
Get the infantry taking the mickey out the corps, and the corps taking the mickey out the infantry.
Oh, yeah. all the sound.
Proper old banter.
Yeah, the good old banter that you get, you know what I mean? Oh.
That's what you need, isn't it?
It's the army banter if you can't.
And that's the thing that you sort of miss when you come
the
out.
army banter, because civvies don't understand the army banter.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You know what I mean? They don't understand it. A lot of them don't understand it, so it's a bit,
We've got our own humour, haven't we?
Yeah, of course.
We
Yeah. And the thing is, it don't matter what regiment you was in, you're all brothers, you're all
exactly,
brothers,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what this is, where you get that feeling again, don't you?
I mean, if need be, you know what I mean, we'd help each other out if we can.
It's like being back in a naffy.
Yeah.
Without the egg banjos. Don't do egg banjos.
That's true, yeah. You haven't got me in the...
Oh no, I keep missing you.
Yeah, keep missing.
Well, let me just spin you around, Mark. Colin's over here. Colin, who invited me up, one of my subscribers. Colin, you do a lot of work up here, don't you, mate? You're here every Wednesday.
Oh, every Wednesday, Fridays, Tuesdays.
Here?
No.
Oh, this is Wednesday.
Just the Wednesday.
Yeah.
We do Tuesday now, the drop-in centre, which will go this afternoon.
Yes.
And then on a Friday, Morrison's, which is the big shopping supermarket on Alderness Road, and we do the one in Anlaby.
Right.
So, we had a good turnout last week. We had 21.
21.
We just take one of the aisles in the cafe, and
I know you were saying to me earlier, Colin, that you get a lot of younger veterans, or not. You don't get so many young for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know whether life gets in the way. When they're younger, you've got a younger family. Taking the kids dance class, football, whatever. But it's trying to get them in.
Yeah, and whether they think, going to these veterans things, it's just all old men.
All old farts were great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
all bald old men. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a quick spin in there, Colin, if that's all right. So a quick. Yeah, I'm only just going to do a spin round. Yeah. Let me just take you through inside the rugby club where this is all happening. Go past this young man. Thank you very much. So here you can see inside the club. A spin round for you ladies. Hi. Are you guys volunteers that help out?
Well, we're from Wilson Chapman Rollins.
Oh, you're the solicitors have come down.
Yeah,
What's the name of your?
It's Wilson Chapman Rollins, and just merged with Rollins, so we've got a bit of an old family. Yeah.
Oh right, and you come.
To this one and the Princess King shopping session once a month, just to deal with any legal queries.
Brilliant. Looking at the age group, because I'm old as well. Is it all Wills? A lot of Wills.
Will inquiries that last in cameras.
Yeah.
Personal injury queries.
Oh, right, yeah. Where's the blame as a claim?
Exactly.
Thank you, ladies, very much. Thank you indeed. So another quick spin round here, and then we'll be moving on to the town centre. Here we are. We just come into Hull City Centre. We're in the shopping mall, just coming up to the Hull4Heroes drop-in centre. I've got young Colin there with a trace around. He's going to take us around and show us a little bit inside and explain what to do. As I said before, it's open 5 days a week. It really does help people who are in crisis. So very nice shop frontage. Let's go inside and have a look. Okay, so you saw us there just going up to the actual drop-in centre in the shopping mall in Hull City. I didn't take the camera inside, guys, and I'll tell you why. They're very busy, the staff in there, and there were several veterans in there seeking advice and help, and I didn't really want to come in and start waving the camera around and putting their faces on film. I just didn't think that was appropriate. And also, of course, I've got no ability to blur people's faces out, etc. So just want to show the outside there, as you saw in that clip of video. And then I went inside, and Colin Pearson, who was basically our guide for the day, introduced us to the CEO and co-founder, Paul Matson. And Paul's a very, very passionate guy, as all the staff are that work up there in Hull4Heroes. All the staff, when I spoke to everybody, whether that was the people making tea up at the rugby club, or whether it was just some of the other volunteer staff, or some of the volunteer staff and workers down in the main hub in Hull City Centre, so passionate in what they do. Paul is a driven man. What a guy. I spoke to him at length and we had a really good deep discussion. I didn't want to take up too much of his time, and I probably can't do Hull4Heroes justice with this video. You've got to experience it. I was absolutely blown away. So was the trace around. So the drop-in centre, then, you saw us coming up to it, they provide practical and emotional support. People can literally walk in off the street. It's open 5 days a week. They can walk in there, they can just sit down, have a cup of tea and a brew and just chat things through. And if they need help, advice and support with anything, whether that's looking for jobs, looking for accommodation, welfare support, even practical advice, like if they want to start up their own business, go self-employed, etc., the guys and girls there at Hull4Heroes, at that drop-in centre, can steer them in the right direction. They're taking people off the streets all the time. Fantastic amount of work. Chatting to Paul Matson further about they've got this vision. Now I'll put a website link in the description of this, both to Hull4Heroes, their main website, but also to this vision that Paul and the guys and girls have got there at Hull4Heroes. And that is the Veterans Village. Now, the Veterans Village, there's nothing else like it. It's not come to fruition as yet. It's a work in progress, but they're on the right track and it's going to happen. They're pretty sure it's going to happen. Like I say, I'll give you the website. Please go in and have a look. It'll explain it a lot better. So what is Village going to be? Well, it's going to house up to 100 people, 100 ex-service personnel and their families. And it's basically, it's a transitional accommodation for forces personnel coming out of the armed forces, rather than going straight in. They can go there for up to 2 years and be accommodated there. Even single people coming out of the forces. It's not just for families with children. It's for single service personnel and couples, and obviously people with families. It's going to be single accommodation, and then there's going to be traditional housing for 1, 2, 3, and up to 4 bedrooms, some of these houses. Also, once the village has been built, the accommodation has been built, it's in a fantastic setting. They've got nature park and trails there, etc. What they're also going to have inside is a visitor centre. They're going to have a hub inside. There's going to be indoor and outdoor sports facilities. There's going to be educational facilities there, training facilities, and a community hub where they can give further support to navigating things like the benefit and welfare systems outside the military, which is absolutely a minefield. You know, when you go into the forces and you even spend 4, 5, 6 years there, in that time, the world changes very, very rapidly. And you're going to come out of the forces and it's a whole new world, as many veterans out there could tell you. And this is going to provide this sustainable transition period for them to go through for up to 2 years. Yes, you've got to pay rent, you get help with the rent or whatever. So it's not a freebie. They're going to contribute back into the system. And if they can get this off the ground, this will be the showcase for Hull4Heroes. I can't tell you how important it is to them, especially to Paul and the people working on the coalface there, if you like, the people on the front line, Hull4Heroes. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you to Paul, Matson, thank you to Adele. I met Adele today in there. She's doing a wonderful job. So many people I can't mention, but obviously Colin Pearson for taking the time to look after me and to trace around and show us around and take us and introduce us to all these fantastic people. You saw a couple of veterans, briefly interviewed a couple of lads up at the rugby club when we first got there. What a facility. It's just like going back in a naffy. Hull4Heroes, if there's anyone out there watching this video and you're ever considering doing some sort of challenge or event to raise money for a charity, and especially if it's for a military charity, then I can't recommend Hull4Heroes enough. If you're thinking of doing a weighted walk challenge similar to what me and the Tracer Run have done in the past, or you're going to do a park run or something, please contact, I'll give you all the details in the script, contact Hull4Heroes and see if they, you can do something for them to raise money and raise awareness for what they do. Now, Hull4Heroes, it sounds like, hang on, this is a veterans charity just for the people in Hull. If you don't live in Hull, let me tell you, they've had people contact them from all over the country, from far down as Kent. Somebody down in Kent rang up Hull4Heroes and said, I'm down in Kent, but can you help me? And they do what they can for anybody. So it's not just for that area. That's where they're based and that's where they're spreading out from. But please, if you're doing a charity challenge, consider doing it for Hull4Heroes. Once more, I'm going to put everything in the description. Please take a bit of time, have a look at that. And please, if any way you can, support. Finally, thank you to Colin Pearson, all the staff up at the rugby club, at the drop-ins, the community centre up there, the rugby club, the sort of coffee morning. That was fantastic, filled us up with lots of tea and coffee. Thank you to Paul and all the staff at the drop-in centre in Hull City. So that's it from me for this video. I hope you found it reasonably interesting and hopefully it's given you some awareness of Hull4Heroes. Till the next time, troops, and it won't be long.